Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. In this video, you will learn everything that you need to know about team performance domain. So whether you're preparing for your PMP exam or just want to brush up your team management skills as a project manager, definitely continue to watch this video till the very end. By the way, if you're into reading articles, check out the first link in the description, which will take you to our official website pmclounge.com and a relevant article on that website on this topic itself. So definitely check that first link out. And if you want to go over all other performance domains, then definitely check out the second link in the description, which will be a playlist of all the videos that we have done on these different performance domains. So if you're into reading articles, first link. If you're into watching videos, continue watching this and check out the second link as well. So without further ado, let's talk about the agenda. We have a lot of ground to cover today. We'll start off with an introduction of this topic, which is team performance domain. We look at key outcomes. These three are the key outcomes. Then we have emotional intelligence and why this is so important, because we are talking about a lot of people here. People have emotions. We look into best practices, interactions with other performance domain, key takeaways. So let's start things off with an introduction to team performance domain. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is that this domain is about making sure that the people working on the project, they work well together. This is your, I would say, one of the highest, if not the highest in the ranks of responsibilities of a project manager. And this performance domain is all about that. It is about making sure that the people working on the project, they work well together. So it covers things like building trust, clear communication, team collaboration, and strong leadership. The team performance domain focuses on the people side of the project. How the project team is organized, supported, and how they are led by you as a project manager. Now, throughout this video, we will be talking about an example of an e-commerce website development project, right? So in an e-commerce website development project, what this means is everyone from your front-end developers to your QA engineers, they understand what the project vision is, such as providing an easy online shopping experience, right? All of them, they understand this vision and they also feel responsible for making this happen. The project manager and the project team should ideally set up a supportive atmosphere. They should encourage ideas, they should listen to concerns, and ensure that everyone is invested in the success of the project. This domain focuses on the people side of the projects, how the team is set up, supported, and managed. It's about making sure everyone has the right environment to succeed. Now, this domain also establishes the culture and environment that enables a diverse group to become a high performance project team. So obviously we are emphasizing on creating a positive culture. It should transform a diverse group of individuals into a strong united team. That's the goal of this performance domain, if you ask me. This means encouraging open communication, this means encouraging mutual respect, and this also means encouraging teamwork, of course. When executed well, it leads to outcomes like shared ownership of goals, a motivated team, and leadership behaviors from every single team member. And this is very, very powerful. So obviously, a motivated team, a leadership emerging from everyone, not just the project manager. This means that everyone is contributing to the success of the project. All right, let's talk about some of the key outcomes. The team performance domain has three main goals or three outcomes that show that it is working well. First of all is shared ownership. This means that everyone on the team feels responsible for the project's success. So in our e-commerce website example, this means developers, designers, testers, or quality people, right? All of them understand the online store's goals and feel invested in reaching those goals. So instead of thinking that's not my task, each person cares about the website's overall success. And this happens when everyone knows the objectives of the project. For example, number of items to sell, or the user experience targets that have been set up, right? So when this happens, all of them feel valued in meeting those goals. High performance team, this is the second outcome of this team performance domain. This kind of team works smoothly. They trust each other, they share information freely, and they handle challenges as a group. For our e commerce project, this might look like the team quickly reorganizing to add, let's say, a new payment feature, or they quickly reorganize to fix a critical bug whenever needed. So, since the team trust each other's skills, they can communicate openly and they can say, we need to change our plan because they all trust each other. It's not finger pointing. They know that there's no blame game if the plans need to be changed. And that's how they stay flexible even under pressure. High performance shows when the team adapts to customer feedback, like for example adding a discount code feature if the customer asks for it, and if possible still delivering on time. The third outcome is leadership and strong interpersonal skills by everyone on the team. This means every team member behaves like a leader in some way. They communicate clearly, they solve problems proactively, and they support each other. In our team, a tester might suggest improvements to the shopping cart feature or help explain a user issue to the developers. A developer might lead a quick demo at the end of the sprint. The idea is that leadership is not only the project manager's job. Each person steps up when needed. When everyone uses good communication and decision making, the team becomes more self sufficient and effective. So, we will be covering more about all these three: shared ownership, high performance team, and leadership by all in the coming slides. So far, if you're getting value out of this video, I would appreciate if you quickly smash that like button. It helps us stay motivated and create more free content for you. With that being said, I would also like to remind you about our PM 101 training program. This is our flagship 1.5 hours training video. This is an absolute legend. It is by far the highest viewed project management basics training video on YouTube out there. You can check that. This is going to be linked in the description below. So when you're done watching this video, go ahead and check PM 101 out as well. All right, let's talk about shared ownership now in more detail. Shared ownership is when team collectively owns the project success, right? They all feel responsible for the project's vision and results. So it's not, my task versus your task that you keep seeing in so many projects out there. It is about our task, it is about our project. In practice, this means everyone on our e-commerce project team, they understand the website's main objective, like for example creating an easy to navigate online store and handling the transactions smoothly. So they understand the main objectives and they feel personally invested in meeting these objectives. As an example, if the goal is a checkout that customers love, everyone from UX designers to backend developers to testers, all of them discuss what that means for their part of work before getting onto the implementation piece. Every team member knows the e-commerce website's goals and works together to achieve them, something that we just talked about. When the team shares ownership, they are going to stay more motivated. People pitch in willingly because they know the project's outcome matters to the whole group. If a developer hits a blocker, others step in to help, since we succeed or fail together. That's the motive behind shared ownership. In our e-commerce website example, if a designer finds out that users are confused about the checkout flow, the whole team can gather to fix this issue. rather than the designer struggling alone trying to find resources on who's going to work on this, trying to explain the issue and whatnot, right? This shared commitment ensures the project keeps moving forward and that no one feels left out of the process. Okay, let's talk about high performance team. And this is a team where members work together seamlessly because they trust each other and they can collaborate efficiently on the project. When you have trust in each other's skills and intentions, then magic happens. In the context of our e commerce project, this could mean that when the marketing team requests a new feature, for example, a flash sale banner to be added on the homepage of the website, right? The developers and designers, they discuss how to implement it without finger pointing, right? They know each person will do their part well. And this team adapts quickly to new challenges and changes in the requirements of the website. So they are willing to adapt to changes. If the client suddenly needs a gift wrapping option during the holiday rush, the team is going to reorganize the task quickly. They brainstorm how to add this feature, perhaps reassign tasks so a developer focuses on this requirement immediately and still be able to meet deadlines. So, this team collaborates effectively by holding regular open discussions. In short, our e commerce team's high performance shows in how they handle stress, how they learn from mistakes, and how they still keep moving forward. If testers find a bug, developers don't blame them. Instead, they fix it quickly together. This high trust and cooperation lead to better results and a faster, more reliable delivery of the website. Okay, let's talk about leadership by all. And this is a very interesting topic. Every team member demonstrates leadership behaviors like problem solving and clear communication. You see, leadership in the team performance domain means everyone shows leadership. Every single project team member shows leadership, not just the project manager. Each person uses good communication. Each person solves problems creatively and guides other when needed. Now you might be wondering, how are you going to find resources that communicate clearly, right? That can think out of the box. Well, you as a project manager do not have the responsibility to ensure that the kind of people you pick on your project team or the kind of people that are assigned to your project, they are great at communication. You might not have that responsibility, but you as a project manager have the responsibility to ensure that if someone does not communicate clearly, does not have that ability, you need to ensure that you arrange for their training. You arrange for them to improve their communication skills. And that's what makes you a great project manager. And that's how you build leadership by all. As an example, suppose the team is discussing how to improve the product search on our e-commerce website, right? So if this is something that the team is discussing, a developer might lead by suggesting a solution like implementing autocomplete, for example. And others are going to rally to help build and test it. A tester might lead by explaining the user's perspective on search difficulties and encourage developers to focus on user experience. The project manager can also step back and allow these members to drive the solution. It is not necessary for you as a project manager to always step up. It is sometimes helpful for you to step back and let your project team members show the leadership skills. Now, by involving whole team in leadership, we get diverse ideas and faster problem solving. If everyone only did their own tiny piece working in their own silo, the website might not work well together. But when each member speaks up and leads discussions or mini projects on their own, the team becomes much more versatile. It also boosts confidence. Team members see that their opinions actually matter. In our e-commerce example, even a junior developer or a new quality engineer can point out a potential security issue in the shopping cart. That initiative helps the whole project. Leadership, by all means, each person owns their part. Owns is the keyword here. Owns their part of the project and guides it with responsibility as well as creativity. All right, a quick agenda check. We have covered 5 topics so far, and we will be covering the rest of the 5 now. But before we go there, I would like to remind you about our playlist section. If you are preparing for your PMP certification, this is where the absolute gold is. All the conceptual videos are neatly arranged in the playlist for you to prepare for your exam. Definitely check this out. Okay, let's talk about the importance of emotional intelligence. What does this mean? So, emotional intelligence is the ability to understand your own emotions and those of others. I would like to repeat here. It is the ability for you to understand your own emotions and emotions of others as well. So it is not just important to understand your own emotion, that you're feeling happy or you're feeling angry or you're not too happy about something. You should also be able to understand what others might be feeling. And this is the key difference between being emotionally aware and the quality of emotional intelligence. You can be aware of your own emotions, but you will display emotional intelligence only when you understand the emotions that others might be going through. So, in a project setting or a project environment, especially like building an e-commerce website, this is going to play a crucial role. For example, if a developer is feeling overwhelmed with last minute changes, a team member with emotional intelligence can recognize the stress, they can offer support, and they can help ease the situation. This leads to stronger collaboration because people feel seen and they feel understood. So it is very important that not just you as a project manager display emotional intelligence and possess it, your team members also possess emotional intelligence. It supports collaboration, trust building, and conflict resolution in projects like our e-commerce website development project, right? So obviously this is going to help with resolving conflicts. For example, let's say 2 team members disagree on how to implement the search filter on the website. So someone with emotional intelligence can help mediate calmly, encouraging open dialogue instead of arguments. Trust builds naturally when people communicate openly and empathize with each other. So, emotional intelligence also supports adapting to change. If user feedback demands major redesign, emotionally intelligent team members accept the change without taking it personally. In short, teams with strong emotional intelligence work better, solve problems faster, and maintain a positive working environment. And I have a question for you here. Has there ever been a situation in your own projects where you felt that being emotionally intelligent helped you a lot in that situation? Let me know in the comments below. Definitely looking forward to your answers. All right, let's talk about best practices for team performance. Now, to enhance team performance, you should start by building a foundation of open communication. This is extremely important. You have to foster open communication. What this means is that everyone feels safe sharing updates or sharing concerns with absolutely no fear of blame or judgment. For example, in our e-commerce project, a designer should feel comfortable saying, I think the product page layout is confusing. They should feel comfortable and they should have no fear of blame or judgment while saying so. So, respect is key here. Valuing each person's skills, opinions, and experience also matters. So, the way you say that the product page is confusing also matters a lot. That's something to sort of understand. You should also encourage continuous feedback, right? You have to build a culture of feedback and reflection. As an example, you can use your sprint retrospectives or even your regular check-ins to ask, what went well, what can we improve on. If there is, let's say, a QA tester who finds that bugs are missed due to rushed testing, the team should agree to add a buffer for testing in future sprints. This reflection builds trust and continuous improvement. Finally, don't forget to celebrate success, right? We all get caught up in the work so much that we do not necessarily celebrate success the way it should. If you have finished a major release or if you have completed the payment gateway integration, you should recognize the team's effort. And here I must say that even small wins matter, because something that is small for you as a project manager, for you who has the view of the entire project, something could be very small, but one developer working on making sure that a feature works, it could be a big thing for them. So celebrate small wins also. Celebrations create motivation and a sense of progress. When the team sees that their work is being noticed and appreciated, it fuels continued high performance. Okay, let's talk about interactions with other performance domains. All the 8 project performance domains do not work in vacuum. They don't work in silos. They actually interact with each other. Let's see how this performance domain interacts with others. So team performance isn't an isolated area, right? It supports everything else in project management. The way people work together affects every single part of the project. For example, when defining scope or managing schedules, a cohesive team communicates clearly and sets realistic expectations. Even during risk management, they can share concerns early and work together on solutions because there is trust in the environment of your project. Collaboration, leadership, and trust are essential while planning, managing risk, handling changes, and delivering value. For example, in our e-commerce project, where you have a trusted and a high performing team, they can handle mid project scope changes much more smoothly than a team that struggles with communication. So if there is a change request from the customer, they want to add a wish list feature, your team will be able to do so. Leadership and teamwork help in every domain, whether it's stakeholder engagement, quality control, or adapting delivery approaches. If you put this simply, team performance is the foundation that holds all the performance domains together. And I've said this earlier, I'll repeat it again. Project management is all about people management. And in team performance domain, you are dealing with a lot of people. All right, how do you check results? How do you check if whatever that you're doing as part of this performance domain is actually working? You should check if the team feels ownership, if they practice leadership, and how they perform at a high level. To know whether your team is truly high performing, you have to look for evidence. Are team members stepping up to lead initiatives? Are they helping each other and solving problems together? Is there clear communication and shared responsibility? As an example, in the e-commerce website project, you can ask, are team members proactively suggesting improvements to the user experience? Are developers and testers collaborating during your user acceptance testing or UAT? Are deadlines being met without constant reminders? All of these signs point to a healthy team dynamic. You should also listen to feedback, by the way. You can look for all these signs like trust, collaboration, motivation, adaptability, and results that meet stakeholder expectation. But at the same time, listen to feedback. Do team members feel supported and respected? Are they motivated to deliver value? If yes, then your team performance domain is working well. But if not, it may be time to revisit the team's norms, communication practices, or the leadership approach. The goal is not just to deliver a project, but to build a team that can deliver again and again across multiple projects. Finally, what are the key takeaways, right? To wrap up, the team performance domain is all about people. It ensures that the team is well supported, aligned with the project vision, and empowered to succeed, whether it's an e commerce website or any other project for that matter, because the same principles apply. Build a positive team culture, clarify roles, and create space for every single team member to lead. A strong team performance domain ensures team members are aligned, motivated, and empowered. High performing teams practice open communication, shared leadership, and emotional intelligence. So, high performance teams don't happen by accident. They communicate clearly, they respect each other, they adapt to change, and they solve problems together. Emotional intelligence, trust, and motivation are actually at the heart of their success. So, if you apply these principles in your e commerce or any other project, it leads to better results and stronger teams. Now, whether you are the project manager or you are just a team member, focus on enabling a collaborative environment. When people feel respected and included, they bring their best selves to work. And that's what truly creates successful projects. A quick reminder about our membership program, which is known as VIP Pass. You get a lot of perks when you join this membership program. So definitely check this out. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should have the join or the subscribe plus button. YouTube keeps changing things around, but it is definitely very, very valuable. So do check this out, our membership program. You get access to me, you get access to our premium courses as well. So that's all that we had in this video. I hope you got value out of it. My only call to action is to subscribe to this channel so that we can stay motivated and create more free content for you. Keep learning, share this video with others who might benefit as well. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.